This is, if you will, extra content. We haven't, because of course our next main DHB show is episode 200, and we've had a bit of a problem getting folk together. You know, everyone's got real lives these days. Everyone's doing their own thing. People are jet setting to the Americas. There's people now living with partners and having babies and everything. And everything's up in the air. No one knows what they're doing anymore to get free for these shows. So 200 is coming shortly. We'll cover more of that just very shortly. Before I do, let me introduce to you my two co-hosts for this XS DHB show. First of all, we have the ever wonderful Tattie Panpipes. Tattie Panpipes, how are you doing, sir?
Evening. How are you?
It's lovely to have you, Tattie. You don't sound quite as crackly as you have done on a previous show.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know. Idea. I don't know if we've mentioned to you repeatedly about this, about your ridiculously bad headset that almost ruined our whole show, made us quit the show and cancel everything and, go home.
Oh, it's my fault, is it?
It was entirely your fault. And, of course, your fault that everyone could have emailed in to complain about the treatment you received on that show.
Quite rightly so.
If you're a regular listener, of course, you go back to, I forget now, I'm going to turn to my second guest here, who's somewhat of a DHB stato, much in the same vein as our good friends Baglin and, Dale, of course, as well. Sandy himself, Sandy Snuffles, how are you, sir?
Hello, you fucking magnificent fuck nuggets.
Sandy, do you remember what show it was, what number it was that we just tore into poor Tattie Panpipes?
197.
It was called the Crazy Golf Handstand.
197. Now, of course, again, going back to that show there, we did get a lot, and we've mentioned before in subsequent shows, we got a lot of people emailing in saying that we were maybe a tad too harsh on Tattie Panpipes. Now, Tattie, while we have you here on the XS show, I need to ask you sincerely, I mean, were you that badly upset with the whole carry-on?
No.
You weren't.
He lies. No. He phoned me. He was crying.
Tears.
There was tears. There was suicide threats.
Oh no.
He punched a spuzzy.
Now I heard there was there was threats of self-harming, that he even took his chip bag and threw it on the floor. I don't want any more of those bastards.
He was fucked because he couldn't have been in to pick it up.
Oh, good point. Yes. So,
bastard.
So, gentlemen, of course, this is the DHB XS show. Again, for those of you who are new listeners, this is not one of our regular shows. This is a kind of side show that we do now and again.
You're a fucking sideshow.
You're a fuck. Well played. You're a sideshow. This is a sideshow that we do. If we can't do a regular show, we'll do an XS show where we're just going to speak nonsense for a while about things and stuff. Now, here's the thing, though. I thought I had to do this because it's been a short while since we recorded and released 199. And, of course, our next show is, of course, the big 200. That's our 4.5 years and then big 200. But we've had a bit of a problem getting folk together, as I mentioned. Now, we have a lot of contact from listeners out there who are concerned that this is perhaps the death knell for the DHB. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, you guys, of course, have been listeners for a while now as well. What do you think's been going on?
Should never let Pig leave. That's what happened. It's totally what happened.
Right. Okay. That was the death knell for the show. I'm sure there's many people that will agree with you on that one.
Yeah. I think the show has changed, and it's going to change.
Right.
The show's got to change. Everyone's growing up a bit. Everyone's got more commitments. With yourself and the ribs, and it had to take effect at some time.
It's kind of evolved a little bit, and that's the problem we have. Is that we have to change things again? Of course, there's more changes behind the scenes, and it's we can't quite get together the same as we did before back in the old days. So here's where my head is right now. Of course, with the show, I love doing the show. I love doing this gig. I love recording these shows, get my friends online, like you guys there on Skype, of course, and Tattie. We get everyone together for a bit of a chat about ham, and and then go away and then drink excessively and fall over. That's of course got less and less as times go by. People are settling down, getting married, and some people are meeting partners who aren't quite appreciative of the DHB brand of insanity. I'm not pointing fingers, But there's some people, and this might shock you, that that we might be a bit immature still.
What?
I know. I'm as shocked as you are. But this is the thing. I mean, I had to record this excess show because, yes, there's been a delay in getting show 200 recorded. There's been a lot of things happening. There's been so busy around here right now as well, of course. Here, I mean, if you're watching the live feed right now or you're watching later on the YouTubes, this, of course, is the country retreat bedroom. My bedroom, of course, because I've had to move my mini... What?
Oh, don't show them a bed, whatever you do, for
well,
fuck's sake.
the bed's embedding the clothes. There's a big pile of clothes sitting on the bed that I've had to lift off the computer chair, to make space for my fat ass. Is that now? I've had to clear all this kit out of the spare room, of course. That was the kind of mini studio we had. It's been set back up again in a small desk in the corner of the bedroom. So it means I get to keep my toys because, of course, the spare room now is being converted primarily for the new arrival. And again, like I said, that's been kind of holding us back from recording a new show because I've been having to, we've been gathering stuff and things, new cot and baths, and there's like a pump thing for tits, for getting the...
Oh. Is that for your tits?
Oh, I tried it, but it didn't. I gave it a wee shot, yes.
Did your sausage get stuck?
Well, no, but my nipple was like 3 foot long. It just... I mean, it's like, when you see cattle in a sheddy, and they're all lined up and the farmer puts those big plugs in their nips to get the milk
Tattie
out.
will be able to tell you all about this.
Well, Tattie will know all about this, of course, which we'll cover shortly. You fucking object. Is then it's like that expresses, it's a milk express or a boob pump. So when you can't be arsed clamping a bear on your tat, you get the pump and you suck all the milk out, and you've then got it in a wee jug attached to said pump for feeding.
Never the same. It's never the same.
How's it not the same?
It's not. You tell me you'd rather drink milk from a bottle or a tit?
Well, I mean, naturally a tit, of course,
on now.
But I mean, come on. But
loses some of its appeal. It comes in a bottle.
So that's what's happening. Is it's getting things set up, of course, getting all the kit together, all the bits and bobs you've got to buy, clothes and cots and things you've got to build. And so I've not really had much time on my days off to do anything else apart from, baby proof and baby prepare. And of course, with the rest of the guests, I mean, excluding you guys, because you pair have got no fucking lives whatsoever.
Thank you very much. My imaginary girlfriend keeps me very fucking busy.
Well, I was going to ask you about this imaginary girlfriend. Of course, this was revealed to us earlier on in the old Xbox Live that you have an imaginary girlfriend because you can't get a real one, Sandy.
Shaniqua, she's called.
Shaniqua, that's a wonderful name. I mean, can you tell us about her? Perhaps maybe physique, build, nationality.
She's got really long fingernails.
Right. Okay.
Really long fingernails and cornrows.
Cornrows, lovely.
Cornrows. Okay. Yeah. She's white though. She's totally white.
She's from Methlick.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get a little bit scratchy.
Okay. Wonderful. So yeah, that's where things have been, but. This essentially is to put people's minds at ease because we have had a few voicemails and a few emails and people even stopping me or people even messaging me on Xbox Live and Facebook and stuff saying, is the show still going? What's happening? You've been off air now for nearly 2 weeks. Been off air for now as well. And people are concerned that, we're not coming back. We are coming back. The main show will be back very shortly. It's almost like a small kind of spring summer break, if you will, until we get things sorted back out again. There's a few issues. I mean, poor Lurch, he's been bogged under as well. Of course, he's having a small break from the airwaves for a while because things are so busy with him, of course, as well. It's hard to get hold of Coops because she's all fucking loved up. Steve's away on holiday. He's in the Bahamas. Did what?
With a daywalker. She's loved up with a daywalker.
She is with a daywalker, yes. With a soulless, red-headed gentleman who's lovely, by the way. Hilarious drunk, but, a lovely man. But, so yeah, it's... What the plan is when everyone gets back from their holidays and everything else and we get some time together, we're having a kind of an AGM. We're getting all the bastards together for a big lunch and a couple of shandies. And we're going to discuss what's going to happen with the future of the show because they're quite as committed as me to not see this die away, to not have this kind of fall by the wayside and keep it going. It might be a kind of new format. It might be a new kind of style, and many of you probably won't like that. Many of you will probably then go away and complain to Facebook and everything else, saying, "Oh, it's not the same." And since fucking Forbes left and Pink left and Sparky left, and yeah, you know what? That's fine. Things change, but
anybody doing lifts?
Exactly. So these things happen. We are going to change the format somewhat and change probably as well the release schedule. Whereas before we would try and aim for a regular Monday, then it became a regular weekly release. This might not be quite as regular possibly. Although I'm going to try and do more things like this where we use Skype and we try and do more recordings that way so that we are getting content out there, because there's a lot of things we need to talk about. I've got a lot of things happened recently that, I'm keeping for the big 200 show, but there's still things happening that we need to discuss and go over, you see. Hello, chat room, by the way. I see there's people in the chat room watching live now. If you are live, feel free to call in. 0161, I forgot the fucking number again. 0131-2081-364. Numbers on the screen as we speak. 0131-2081-364. You can call on the show if you want to now live.
It was not real, so if you're a woman in the chat room, please do. Call in. I need you.
Have we not previously had an appeal for a lover or a love interest for Sandy?
Let's just say it wasn't very successful.
Can we create a page perhaps on the DHB site, or maybe even the Facebook page, create a post that kind of advertises your services as a potential boyfriend stroke BDN?
Sandy Torment.
Sandy
Torment.
Would you be, and joke there folks, would you be keen, Sandy, for us to help promote you as a singleton?
Well, yes, okay.
Right, you seem a bit...
Slight trepidation, but...
Do you really?
Yeah. Am I supposed to trust you? Is that genuinely what you're asking?
Naturally. I mean, I don't think you know of any friends who are more trustworthy than I am. I don't think there's any friends that you have that you could tell a thing to that could keep Stum better than I could. Unlike you, pair of bastards.
How dare you?
Jesus, you said that with actual conviction, as if you fucking believed it yourself.
I believe everything. Listen, I will tell you right now, I'm a man of honour and trust. You tell me a thing that goes nowhere near past where I, apart from, of course, the WhatsApp group and everything else. But,
yes.
I mean, we've never...
I said something to you the other night and it instantly went on Twitter.
Because it was genius.
It wasn't genius.
Wait.
It was a conversation in private.
It was about ham. Of course it was genius. So, I mean, other than ham, Sandy, let's speak to your good self first. How have you been, pal? What's new with your good self?
I've been pretty good, mate. Not much happening, but yeah, very well. Yourself?
All quiet with yourself?
All quiet, sadly, yes.
No.
I'm working back shift, so it kind of fucks with my routine.
Does it really?
It does.
Sandy,
I live like a fucking vampire.
Now, I mean, you did mention there, of course, that you have been a single man now for a while, that you've not been indulging in the pleasures of the flesh, that you have been almost barren of vagina or mouth near your genitals for a while now.
For a while, yes.
For a while, yes. But I mean, but that's not really true, is it?
That's not somewhere we can really go, Scott. As you prick. Don't make me bring up dogs, okay?
I'm just saying that you maybe have had some... I mean, I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not going to point any fingers. I'm not going to, I'm just saying, you've maybe had some kind of interference in recent weeks.
There may have been a couple of occasions.
Could you tell us, making a hypothetically, what may have happened if you had?
Absolutely fucking not.
Absolutely not.
You cunt.
Oh man, see, this would make for an ideal story, but I mean, there's so many things we can't talk about with you guys. I don't even know why I've got you on the show.
Honestly, it's dangerous ground.
Dangerous ground.
It's dangerous. Let's just put it this way: the person who may or may not have had my penis in her lovely mouth,
right,
may or may not be engaged with a child.
Oh.
Hypothetically, I don't know.
Right, okay. Hypothetically, may or may not be engaged. and has had dealings with you even though you know that they are engaged.
Yeah, but I've done nothing wrong. I'm not engaged.
Sandy, I don't mean to throw stones here. You know,
Yes, you do.
I don't mean to throw. I don't mean, but you know,
You totally do.
I mean, people would perhaps curse her out for doing such a bad thing whilst engaged. And I mean, even the way you spoke there seemed to be like you were judging her as being the bad guy in the whole thing.
Absolutely.
But,
I am a free and single man.
But yes, but then
I
also
have no control over my penis whatsoever.
But then also, I mean, couldn't it be argued that you are also one of the worst kind of bastards? Because not only have you knowingly allowed your penis to enter the mouth of a woman who is attached, who is wearing the ring, but you've then gone away and boasted to your friends about it.
Can I plead the fifth?
No, you cannot, sir.
Is that you're supposed to be helping me find a woman, and now you're making me sound like a fucking bastard?
The reason being is, and let me tell you why, Sandy, is I'm a firm believer, like the Marines, you see, like what the Marines do, is the Marines kind of break you down and then rebuild you.
Rebuild you.
You see, they break you down because, I mean, right now, Sandy, I mean, here's my point. Right now, you're a horrible bastard. You know, that you've been potentially caused damage to a loving relationship. You see,
true.
that, you know, that
However,
you've
I don't think you can break me down any further than I am already. I'm as low as I get.
Are you really?
Okay, I have already made up an imaginary girlfriend and drawn eyes on my thumb and forefinger.
Oh no!
To make it look like she's looking me in the eye when
you're jacking it. But then the problem is, do you want somebody staring at you with a cold, dead eyes while they're interfering with your toodle?
Don't answer that, Sandy. Don't answer it.
No. I think no's the right answer there. Is no the right answer?
So, my point being is that before we can promote you as being a potential boyfriend material, before we can push you forward to the world saying, hey folks, this is a man who you should be putting your vagina onto, around and, in. Is
Absolutely.
That... Exactly. I mean, Tattie, back me up here as well. I mean, you're a man as well who, in a loving relationship with a beautiful girl, you see. I've got no idea how, because you neglect that poor bastard. But,
that's lies.
And a farmer, yeah.
And a farmer, yes. It's Tattie, I mean, can you not agree here that we have to kind of remold him into a viable business, boyfriend-shaped kind of, presentation?
I think we go down a different route.
Right.
I think we either get him a mail-order bride.
Right.
Or we advertise him on Gumtree.
Advertise him on Gumtree as being single.
Yeah.
That's the most ridiculous fucking things you've ever fucking
Can
done.
we?
Great idea.
Perry, you're fucking... Do you know something? You're special. Both of you.
Do you know what? Actually, no. I think Tattie Panpipes there has come up with a great idea. Here's my thinking, spinning off from what Potato said there. My thinking is this, is that we make a Gumtree advert in the personals or classified section. I've no idea how it works. I'll need to go have a nosy. I don't know if you remember a while back in the early shows we had a Plenty of Fish profile.
Mm-hmm. That's right, yeah.
What was her name
Denise
again?
H. Bradford.
Denise H. Bradford. And Denise...
I fucking you got our question fucking right on our quiz the last time we played.
And Denise she got hounded by men. So I'm thinking, in the same kind of intellectual vein that we post an advert for Sandy to meet a potential lady on the Gumtrees, right?
As long as it's a show number that goes on it.
Oh, of course, naturally. And we ask them to leave a voicemail or even email in, you see, or email a show email, a doctored email address that leads to the show. And then we can then, on a weekly basis, either read out said emails or phone the people who are wanting or interested in dating yourselves and give them the inquisition.
Here's the problem.
Right.
Every week, what will happen is you'll go, log in, here we go. Oh, fuck, no replies.
But see, I will sweeten the deal, Sandy. What I'm thinking of doing is offering prizes to young female suitors.
I'm pretty sure that's
this is like bullseye.
Yes, keep out of the black and the red. You might, if you win, get Sandy in bed. You know, I'm gonna
That
is that
was fantastic.
there will be maybe not monetary or maybe fake monetary incentives. I'm thinking what I do is I put across as I'm your worried father. And I'm concerned because you're locked in your house, in your home all day, playing Farming Simulator 15 and never seeing daylight. And your previous missus left in disgust because she was on the bed, spread-eagled almost, getting non-Rogerins from your horrible self, Tattie. I meant Santi. And is that I put it across saying, look, I'm looking for a potential suitor. Even better, I'm going to post it in the gay section.
No, the whole point of this is to try and find me a woman.
I'm posting it in all the sections: gay, straight, hummus,
nothing,
Al Qaeda.
I have
no matter what you are,
and I will post you feces.
I'm not
wrapped in nappies, wrapped in fucking glitter bombs.
Listen, let's clarify. I'm
you
not posting
it. Shit.
I'm not going to post this with your home address or your number. That would be crazy. No, what I'm doing is I give the show number, you see, and then I say, look, if you would like to date my handsome yet hirsute son here, then I will give you probably the guts of £500,000. You see, you think of the fucking emails you'll get.
Ones of pounds.
Literally ones of thousands of pounds.
I'll put a prize of 10 quid up there, like
a prize of 10 quid. We'll maybe have a GoFundMe page where people can
help Sandy buy a woman.
Help Sandy buy a date.
Yes.
No, okay. Leave it with me. I'm all over this.
If I get a lot of money, I'm just taking myself out. I'm going to cinema.
We could sort of make a move in this to the AC/DC because we're all going to AC/DC next month.
Well,
and we could try and do something down there in Glasgow.
I was going to mention this.
Glasgow, I'll get raped.
Well, I was going to mention this. Because, of course, we're all going down for AC/DC. And initially, from what I can gather, the ticket was bought for me by the Rubes for my birthday, which is fucking amazing. But Phraze also got one too. So we were going to go together. And then we heard you two guys are going too.
We are indeed.
Which is brilliant. But then, and here's where the hammer dropped. And here's where I'm a bit concerned.
Fucking Tattie Snuffles.
Tattie, I know you had good intentions. And I know your heart was in the right place when you did this. But you went away and got tickets, 2 off, for the Coops.
Face value too. I was
and the Daywalker.
That was amazing. The Coops and her Daywalking partner. You have got them tickets for AC/DC. Now, Tattie, again, I don't want to throw stones here, but you're a fucking thick bastard, right?
I know.
Because you never experienced the Coops when drunk at a gig. And I have. I've been to a gig before, and I've mentioned in old shows that we went down together to see, I'm trying to think who it was we went to see, Rival Sons playing in Edinburgh. It's not different, and let me tell you why.
Because he's got a boyfriend with you.
Because she gets into this kind of alcoholic oblivion, and she'll try and storm the stage. Now, admittedly, back then, she was carrying a bit more weight, so found it easier to get through the crowd and damn near over the barrier before somebody nearly punched her in the face to stop her. You see, she had 2 junkies in headlocks at one point, trying to climb on their backs to get onto the fucking stage. Afterwards, after the gig, we got her outside. She literally tried smashing her way through the tour bus fire escape door to get in the party with the band. The band were inside, fucking terrified, phoning for help, shouting for help, shouting to me for help. I'm not helping you. You're on your own, pal.
A bit of a pot kettle black here, because you were at a gig recently with her, and you got hoored.
I did get a bit drunk, yes.
Ah, yeah. So, and partly you're doing something similar. You're trying to get into a tour bus with them.
Well, no, because, like you said there, we did, in preparation for AC/DC, we did go and see a tribute band called Hell's Bells.
They're awesome.
And I didn't expect much, to be fair. I didn't think there would be a patch on the real thing, but they knocked it out the fucking park. Folks, I will tell you now, if you get a chance to go and see Hell's Bells, because let's face it, how hard is it or how rare is it that you're ever going to see AC/DC perform? This could be their final run, exactly. This is it. You see it now where you're done, basically, which we are going to go see. But, hey. I'll tell you right now, that Hell's Bells are a really, really decent fucking second best.
I'll tell you a story about Hell's Bells.
Okay.
It was Sandy and me decided to go see them on Wick, and
Right.
Sandy's not one for going to gigs, things like that. Was that your first concert, Sandy? Is that right?
I'd been to Teeny Park, but I just don't like. I don't like crowds.
People
make me angry, Scott.
I'm the same, Sandy. I can't stand people. And quite honestly, going to Hell's Bells, even that was like, but I'm going to have to be around people. And I don't like being around people.
People get drunk, they talk, they shout, and then
people want to speak to you and fucking high five you. And, just leave me alone. I'm the most antisocial fucker there is.
Yeah.
Go back to that story.
Right, sorry.
Sandy's standing in the crowd and he says, I'm not fucking staying here unless they play Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond. And I go, fucking shut up. Dave, I don't know if they heard him or if it's just a pure coincidence. They started playing Sweet Caroline for about fucking two verses.
Wow. Hells, you had an AC/DC tribute band playing Sweet Caroline.
I swear down it happens.
Fucking believable. But no, I mean, you make a fair point there, Sandy, is again, here's one of my big problems, and why I'm not normally a big concert goer, because I don't like being around people. I don't mind being around people that I like. I mean, I'm quite happy to be around, yourself, Rubes, Phraze, at a push, Tattie, but I don't mind being around you guys because, I can make fun of you. And likewise.
Absolutely.
But general people, crowds at concerts, and you got to stand and people bump you and you get spilled with beer and, somebody grabs your toodle. It's fucking nonsense. It really is. I drowned away my worries with alcohol because luckily, of course, the Rubes is driving because of the whole pregnancy thing, you see. So I can knock the fuck out of that. I went and got a little bit rat-arsed and, maybe fell over quite a lot on the way home and vomited too, which, nice. Makes me the most attractive man in the world. But the Coops, though.
in your beard, little bits of carrot stuck in your beard.
But here's the thing, though, is that in previous nights out with the Coops, I've had to remain somewhat sober because I know that at some point someone's going to pull the pin on the social hand grenade and away she goes. And
someone's got to dive on that grenade.
I've got to dive on the grenade to subdue it before it wrecks the place. Yeah. Which she did to fucking the Thurso Hilton, of course, during the live show. One
of the first ever people to almost be barred from Thurso.
Yes, from
the
town.
Hotel. Yeah, from the town.
So, but the good thing was with Hell's Bells was, of course, she was there with her partner, and it's now his job to keep her in a short leash and to watch over her and make sure she doesn't wreck shit. But I thought this was the case. I thought that, that he would be the one to watch over her. But it turns out he was the one who was the drunkest person in the world.
Oh, nice.
So much so that, he was the one storming the fucking stage. He was the one who was crashing through the crowd. And he was the one who was, out of control almost, who we had damn near to carry it over the shoulder. So I'm concerned about AC/DC because the two of them will be going to hell for leather with alcohols. And if they go...
Just let them go at it.
Let them go at it.
Just let them go watch the carnage.
Let them go and then we'll go stand somewhere else.
Oh, dear. Oh, to go off track, gentlemen, it seems that we might be having problems with the video feed here. Susie Biker in the chat room saying that the video is buffering and it briefly went off the air for a second there, which is quite sad.
So tell me, is Susie Biker single?
That she's not. I think she's married.
Fucking hell.
I think the problem could be is I'm still needing to hardwire again from here into the router. You see, so right now I'm basically broadcasting wirelessly, which is probably the cause of the problems. That's why we're getting maybe not a great feed.
I thought you were super-fast broadband, Scott.
I am, but bear in mind the router's downstairs, and I need to get a longer Ethernet to get to the kind of the box in the wall, the plug, so it can go through the copper wiring to the router and blah blah blah. And I haven't got that fitted in yet, so that's kind of my fault probably. But I will get that sorted out. Don't worry about that. So AC/DC. Now we all have accommodation sorted out. Yes. I think Coops has too, thankfully, which is at least 4 miles away from where we are, which is a fucking boost.
See, we're fly. We have not told anyone where we're staying, including yourself. Where we are staying.
There's no way we're staying at Blue Radisson.
Oh, Sandy, quick thing. Oh, Sandy, what have you done?
Oh, what?
Sandy,
what happened?
Quick bit of news for you, pal. Susie Biker in the chat room says that she's not married, living in sin.
would you like to make that slightly more sinful?
Do you mind traveling or sending Snapchats of your penis?
Snapchats I'm all good with.
Right, okay, well that's wonderful.
Traveling, I'm a bit fat and lazy. Don't travel well.
So Sandy and Tattie, you're staying at the Radisson, you say?
Yes.
Apparently.
And now, I mean, again, I'm quite ignorant when it comes to hotels and accommodation, blah blah. But isn't that quite a fancy place?
Oh yes.
Really?
Very fancy, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
We're going to rig it.
and they're letting you pair of bastards loose in there.
Well,
Yeah.
luckily they didn't ask for photo ID before we turned up, so they have no idea what they've let themselves in for.
True, yes. Now, here's the fun part as well, though. Now, folks, if you're listening to the show and you too are going to AC/DC, then watch out for us, because here's the plan. We're going to all be wearing probably... what the fuck's going on with someone's microphone there? Are they...
Well,
Tattie, are you rolling about in the bed or something, or what's going on?
No, I was just getting a beer. I'm sorry.
You unbelievable bastard. Now, we're all going to be wearing, I believe, DHB shirts or hoodies or whatever else as well we can do. And I think some of us might be in kilts, from what I can gather, according to the phrase.
yeah.
So if you're going to the gig too, dear friends, and you see us there, come and say hello. Come and have a beer with us, and then fuck off, because we'll be leaving.
Fuck off.
Because we'll be leaving after the gig and going. I mean, are we going back to the hotel to drink all our fucking fancy drinks, or what we doing?
Absolutely. I'm taking down a couple of bottles of Stag's Breath.
See-
I was telling you this about this the other day.
Oh yes. See, I'm not overly into the idea of going out in the town, if you will.
No.
I mean, luckily we'll have
That's why
the.
we're all coming back to yours, Scott.
Well, you feel free, but don't wreck the place because I'm paying fucking top bottle for it. Is of course we're all bringing down some fancy alcohols. I believe I'm bringing down a very fancy bottle of the old Pulteney that I got for my birthday from two lovely men.
Nice.
I believe Tattie. Now, Tattie, can you tell us about the bottle that you're bringing down? 'Cause I think it's quite a fancy fucking thing, isn't it?
Yes, well, I got it from a guy at work,
Right.
and there's only about 9,000 bottles of stuff. That sounds a lot, but it's not.
9,000 bottles.
That doesn't sound. It sounds a lot, but it's not really. And like considering some of the distilleries probably put that in an hour
Right.
in some countries, So it was a wee bit expensive. I got it cheaper than it was, but it retails at £80 a bottle.
Oh.
So I've got a few bottles of it. I've got one set aside for taking down. So that'll be getting hammered. I have had a wee snifter of it, and it's very, very nice.
Is it really? Oh.
I have had a wee snifter of it as well. It is quite tasty.
I'm very excited about this. Of course, and I think now you've got Stag's Head.
Stag's Breath.
Stag's Breath, sorry. Now, what the fuck is that shit?
It's a Heather Honey liqueured whiskey.
A Heather Honey liqueured whiskey.
It is. It's the fucking nectar of
That
the gods.
sounds
You'd swear Zeus himself has ejaculated this from his urethra in that bottle.
That sounds wonderful. And now,
Honest to God.
I mean, bearing in mind, of course, is Scotty boy here is a big fan of the old honey whiskey. Well, I say honey whiskey, honey Jack Daniels. But this is, I mean, is this a honeyed blended malt or a single malt, or what's happening with this?
Do you know something? I'd be lying to you if I told you what it was. It's just fucking beautiful.
I'm
That's
excited.
good stuff.
So you say Heather is involved
Heather
too.
Honey liqueured.
Heather Honey liqueured. Oh, I'm up excited. So there's a good
It's-
chance that we're going to get fucking rat-arsed.
There's no
Oh,
good
yes.
chance. It's fucking happening.
Right. Now, I'm also planning to, if I can, is to try and get this kit as mobile as I can so that I can maybe bring down some microphones and a mixing board and we can maybe record a thing drunkenly after
no.
AC/DC. You see. Now, I mean, I am trying to get, I've said for fucking months now, I'm trying to get this kind of, this mobile deck, if you will. It's on our Amazon wish list, hint, hint, if you want to invest in the show by any means. But there's a, I think it's called a Zoom R14, it's called. Essentially, it means we've got a deck we can carry around with us to things that records to the deck in a wave format, so we can set up where we want, battery powered, plug in microphones, hello, how are you, blah, 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 we're here. Take it away then, and, put the show then onto the airwaves and make it back to the house. That's the next plan.
Excellent.
So, if ever, folks, you wanted to buy things from our shop, dhbshop.com, or you wanted to use our Amazon link, or our Amazon wish list, of course, with links on the website on dhbradio.com, or whatever you want to do, that's what we're needing, is that Zoom R14 board. Have a look on the wish list and see, have a nosy. It's there. Hint, hint, love you dearly. Gammies all round. So, yeah, that's the...
If you buy them, a soundboard or whatever the fuck it is he's looking for, you might win a date with me.
Oh, well, if ever was a thing to put folk off, thank you very much, Sandy. Much
Damn
appreciated.
Fuck's sake, Scott.
I'm also putting a ransom up of £50 if someone can climb on the stage AC/DC and put a DHB sticker onto Angus Young's face.
Or on his face.
That's
now, come on,
yeah.
Tattie, for the love of fuck.
Poor bastard. He's barely able to stand as it is without fucking smacking him in the face with a sticker.
I mean, I know that we've got some fucking ridiculous listeners who would do that, like Dale Ramage or Jim Patience, people like that who are a little bit unhinged that probably would do something like this, But I mean, come on now, climbing the fucking stage, you maniac.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be.
On a bright side, if Coops does go mental, she'll probably have all the security after her, which will leave us able to climb on. Well, I don't know. I can't climb very well.
I can imagine like a Benny Hill clip, when Coops chasing a little bald man and slapping him on the head, being chased by security, being chased by AC/DC themselves, and being chased by us laughing like fucking maniacs. So gents, so folks out there, of course, AC/DC coming up soon as well. If you are heading to the gig, or even if you're down in that area and want to come meet us for a hello and a high five, feel free to get in touch. Of course, you can contact us at dhbradio.com/contact. Details are all on the site. Go there, dhbradio.com. Everything's there, and get in touch with the show. Now, I spoke before briefly about the death of shows, about podcasts in general, and how things fall on their arse or fall to the side and stuff, and how there's been quite a few shows that I've known lately who've kind of fallen by the wayside. Long-term shows, shows bigger than we are, shows smaller than we are, have kind of shut up shop and moved on. Because really, let's face it, podcasting is quite a big commitment for your week. You're putting aside up to an hour, 2 hours to record your show. You're spending hours beforehand preparing content. Well, if you are a good show, you would do, not us, but you spend a good while.
Saying, "Are you free at 7?"
Oh, what's that? Oh, yes, exactly, yeah. Well, you guys only got a shout tonight saying, like, you free, let's record a thing.
Yeah.
But, is that there's a lot of work behind the scenes to get these things to work. The setup, the kit, the equipment, the prep, the checking for show news, stories, and that's why, for example, going back to poor Lurchy there, we've had to lean heavily on Lurch to be on shows for a while now, because the studio's at his place, and and he was the only guy who was kind of really available regularly at the time. So you can't help the guy for being burnt out of stories. He's got nothing left really to give right now. So I think he's having a kind of time out for a while. Just to
rebuild his stories.
Of course, we are going to be recording a new vampire sausage shortly as well, and he will be, of course, be part of that. But I think he's having a wee DHB break for a short while, just to kind of regather steam and see how things go. So, but here's the thing, Phil, like I said, is that these shows are hard to maintain. You're really doing it for little compensation. We make a little bit of money from the Amazon link that people use to visit to do their Amazon shopping, which in turn really helps cover our fees a little bit, our costs for running the show. There's no profit made really, essentially. Even the t-shirt sales go back into the running costs. So really, with podcasting, unless you're a big name or unless you've got a lot of listeners, much more than we have, we've got a lot, but we're not at that stage where we're hitting top 10s and we're hitting top 50s even at times, that we can afford to have subscriptions and stuff. Although I have been looking, because we have had folks saying how they can help us out. I have been looking at this system called Patreon, which I think is a US based site, and essentially it gives people a chance to support content that they like, that people can subscribe to your show if they will. They can offer a monthly payment if they want to. Won't be £3. They can offer donations all through Patreon. But I think I have to register beforehand as a kind of tax thing as well.
Okay.
Now I've got no idea. So if any of you out there have got any idea how to do the whole tax thing, give me a shout. Otherwise,
did someone contact you and tell you that there is a pigeon in your bank account and I will need the details and note that there's pigeon out?
I'd probably fall for that shit as well, the glaking bastard. But I do need a financial consultant to help me out with this so I can get to this up. But
Well, why don't you just ask Rib, because she makes all your financial decisions now anyway.
pretty much, yeah. She's the boss.
Yeah.
But are falling by the wayside. And this last kind of week and a bit, one of my favourite podcasts. Now, there's not a lot of podcasts that I follow that are independents. I follow quite a few bigger podcasts. You know, I subscribe to The Moth, and I subscribe to a couple of big US shows as well. Some of the Opie and Anthony podcasts, things like this as well that I like. Or Opie and Jim, sorry, it's called now. But one of the independent shows, and a friend of our show as well, the Ned Files podcast. Now, of course, I mentioned before on the show there that I was a guest on one of their shows recently, which was great fun. You know, it was a lot of fun to do with the Cherub and his co-host as well. And it was.
So it's your fault.
Well, I'm worried that I maybe broke the show because less than like a show after, 2 shows after, they've packed up their doors. Out of the blue, you know, Cherub and the host of the show posted to say, "It's the end. We're done. There was no final show. There was no warning about this. It was basically a case of we're done. It's over.
Sure,
Toodaloo, motherfuckers."
A thing that you did there a couple of years ago, was it a year ago, when you says, "Oh, the show's going to finish," and then it wasn't.
Well, that was my fear because I thought, are they doing what we did? But then, I mean, we did that for April Fools. And it's a wee bit past April, you know, for them. I mean, I know Americans are generally quite thick, but you're a wee bit past April. Oh,
Americans are fucking
America. Fucking right. Unbelievable.
But do you think that genuinely they had you on the show to try and get some of your listeners to come over, and maybe it didn't happen, and they've gone, fuck it?
No, I think that they had me on the show so I could insult them for 2 hours, and then they just went, fuck it, we've hit our peak. You know, how do we beat...
as good as it's going to get.
How do we beat having the Sasquatch on the show, calling us stupid Americans, and then...
religious, backwater, fucking Bible-bashing hicks. They're never going to listen to this shit again.
Let's pull down the shutters, the game's a bogey, see you later, God bless. So that was that. So the Ned Files, of course, Cherub, of course, is a member of our DHB chat group on Facebook. You know, he's got his own page, of course, the Ned Files podcast. I do recommend, guys, going and check it out because it is a good fucking show. But they've called it a day. And it's another sad... in fact, you know what needs some sad music? Is that it's a sad day for podcasting in general when people like Ned, the Ned Files, who do or have worked hard to get where they are and to do what they do, have just out of the blue said, yeah, fuck it, we're done. Sorry guys, can't go on. No, I've got no idea what's happened behind the scenes. Although I do want to know because I'm very nosy.
It's often a good thing though. Once you realise you've hit your peak and you've got, you know, like 3 listeners like the Crunch Time show used to have.
oh no.
You just say, enough's enough.
Okay, yeah, right, yeah. I mean, we've been lucky that we haven't lost too many with the lack of shows recently. We've lost a couple here and there, but it's not been too bad a loss. And we are going to be increasing the production schedule from here on in, you see. But you're right. I mean, I think it comes to a point where, but then again, it might not be because of losing listeners for their sake, because I don't think they were. I think they were gaining listeners.
They didn't have any to begin with.
Well, I've got no idea. I can't comment on how many fucking listeners they have. They never tell me. But I mean, judging by their Facebook chat group, I think they had quite a few. So, and quite a few folks surprised that this has come out the blue. That boom, we're shutting down and see you later, and you can all get fucked. We hate you anyway because America. It just But yeah, it's kind of a sad day.
Selfish fucking Americans.
Oh, I mean, you guys, of course. I mean, you guys are. I don't know how big podcasting fans you are, or how many shows you listen to. For example, there's quite a lot of shows out there. I mean, do you guys listen to other shows at all, or?
I listen to a few, and then that's how I stumbled across DHB, and then that's when I recognised the voice of Pink as a friend.
Yes.
And phoned him or texted him to say you're a cunt, and then he hurriedly phoned me, panicking. What do you mean? And I was like, well, it's you. And he goes, yeah, but you can't tell anybody. He says, well, you got a quite distinctive voice.
He does that, yes.
And then I the rest of the shows that I was listening to sort of fell away. And I said, listen to this one. And I don't know. Some of them are really good. Some of them are shit.
There is some shit. I'm not going to lie to you. There is some fucking shit out there. And again, I'm not saying that by any stretch of the imagination that we are up there with the top echelon of podcasters. I'm not saying that we're the fucking the A+ gold mark. Because believe me, there's shows I've listened back to and thought, oh, for fuck's sake, if that's not a fucking end-all show, then I'm a monkey's uncle. Some of them have been fucking god-awful. There's been a few crackers, admittedly, but a few howlers too as well. But there's been a few podcasts out there, I mean, even podcasts that have started in the last couple of years, even some Friends podcasts that you listen to and go, oh, for fuck's sake. But
better sound.
No, whoa, now, come on now. Is that
terrible itchy cough? Sorry.
But there's some podcasts out there that you hear it, and you think to yourself, for the person producing that podcast, do you listen back to it and go, oh yeah, that's gold, that's fucking gold, or do you listen back and go, oh Jesus Christ, it's pish, but I better put it out anyway because content. It's.
In all honesty, I started listening to your show because Pink, at the time, he's a very, very close friend, still is.
Yes.
And he said to me, like, go and have a listen to this. It's me and Scott, and I knew yourself.
Yeah.
And I went and listened to it, and it's the only podcast I listen to because I fucking love it.
That's very flattering to hear, so thank you very much.
It's true. I mean, even
fucking ass licking hoorah, man.
No. Even still, I was saying the other day, I still go back and listen to all the old episodes. I started listening again about a couple of months ago, back at episode 1.
Bloody hell. See,
with Forbes on his fucking old size shoes.
I just can't do that. I think it's because of my voice. My voice annoys me. And I can listen to shows.
Me too.
Me too.
I can listen to shows, even recent ones, and I enjoy hearing, yourself and Coops and Steev and not Tattie and everyone else, but then I hear myself and go, oh, for fuck's sake, and I critique myself and I slag myself off and then I go and lie in the shower and cry, hugging my knees for 2 hours, with a fucking wire brush.
Furiously, like you're trying to start a fire.
Shacking it off. The damn thing's nearly catching fire. But yeah, so it's one of these things where, because podcasting is such an open field, I mean, anybody with a headset and a fucking a copy of Audacity can record their own podcast. It's not hard. You could upload it to SoundCloud for free. You can upload it to, there's new servers on there that are free to upload to. But
it's like you said, they have to have a bit of dedication for it, though. You have to have a bit of preparation, a bit of planning. It's not just a case of plug a mic in and away you go.
Well, true, yes, exactly. So it's Nedfiles was one of the few shows that did put some prep work into their stuff. You could tell that these guys worked hard to bring good content per episode. Yeah. And but then there's so many podcasts that I've heard, and quite a few as well, that I've listened to and gone, in fact, I've done 5 minutes in and thought, I can't listen to any more of this because I'm going to punch myself in the face. Because it's not even banter, it's not even chat, it's just noise and voices going over each other as well and stramaches, and you think, just get out of my fucking ears. It's just nonsense. And then they piss and moan because they can't get any listeners. Oh, woe is me, I don't understand why we've only got 2 downloads. My mum and her fucking, whatever boyfriend's got this week, I'll download my show.
Leave Baglin alone, for fuck's
sake. No, this is not aimed at Baglin's. Baglin's show was pretty good, but he bailed on that shit. But, it's hard to do, but you've got to back yourself and go, fuck me, what am I doing this for? As much as we want to be, I would love to be a radio guy, but I know I've not got the voice for it. I just speak nonsense and slaver and stammer and stutter and swear at things a lot, But
if you don't listen back to it and critique yourself, you're never going to know how to improve it and where to move forward and how to change content and make it more interesting to the people that are listening.
Exactly, yeah. You mean you have to critique your own work. You have to go back.
I think that's the joy too. You don't take yourself too seriously either. Like our professional radio show, who obviously got all the money in the world, But here you can sort of be your own thing, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, that was part of the appeal, as I've said before, about the podcast format. Is that on radio it's all about, hey there guys and welcome to WKNY and next we got Taylor Swift with fucking blah 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 blah, and it's just generic nonsense. You can't swear. If you swear, oh, we're so sorry about that swear word in the last segment, folks, blah blah blah, fuck off. You know, with
Well, that's the
podcasting,
joy of it. It is just a group of mates who get together and talk shit.
just talking shit. Exactly.
It's no different than it would be if you didn't have microphones on. You would just be talking shit to each
Let
other.
me give you a fucking hint, folks. If you're a new podcaster or you're even running a podcast, and here's what works for us, is if you sound like you're having to force conversation, that you can't just like banter away and speak shit and slag each other off, then it's going to sound shit. When you hear forced laughter, that was the funniest thing. So anyway, have you seen the fucking weather? I don't give a fuck about the weather. I'm here listening to you, my fucking lugs, you know, for God's sake. It just...
It's quite rainy.
Thanks, pal. Thanks for that. Thanks for that insightful. And now for the weather. Sandy
Totally got a weather bit. Yeah.
You know?
It's raining outside now.
The thing is, even the show, the show is definitely toned down till us ranting and raving on Xbox Live, because it can get pretty brutal. Talking from experience, you pair of whores.
It's got to the point though that again, I mean, for listeners out there, I mean, we all play together on Xbox Live, and again, folks, if you want to join us in these games, feel free. If you see us online and we've got space in our fucking Destiny party, jump in. You know, it's that. But
be prepared.
Yes, because there's been a few occasions, when Tattie's gone over the line. When we've had group chats, and you know, and someone's come in, a friend of the show, maybe a listener of the show, has come in, and then within an hour has left, horrified, and deleted us because Tattie's just been horrible.
He's still my friend. I had to.
I mean, you know, Sandy and I, Baglin, Phraze, Steev, we are nothing but polite and friendly when people join our, you know, respectful.
Welcome to our clan.
I'll let you know that I'm a laird. I speak proper.
This, by the way, I need to address this. By the way, is we know from old shows that Sasquatch here, militia,
judiciary.
I
don't even know what the fuck it is anymore.
The judiciary of what the fuck was that again?
Independent state of Sasquatch
militia. Yes, I forget what the I was for, but the
independent
judiciary, independent state of Sasquatchia militia. There you go. That was it. So, I mean, and we had people applying for jobs. There was people applying, you know, I can be a fucking sniper. I can be, like a builder. And our plan was to invade other plots until we had enough plot space for our own fucking nation, you see. But then, of course, the fucking the usurper, you know, a friend of the show, I thought, a man who, you know, I've spent time speaking to and met in person. I've even shared a burger over with, you know, in a chat, in a cafe while he horrified nearby kids with his foul mouth. Is
I hate to
Mr.
disagree. There's no way either of you bastards were sharing a burger. You fucking had your own burgers. You had multiple burgers and many, many chips.
Okay, Slim. And that we sat together as a group of three. Well, we had to, because otherwise people think you're gay. You know, and we sat together, I had a laugh and a joke, and then, Tattie, you go away. You go away off your own back. Okay, not your own back, but you're helped by another friend. And you become a laird.
I got it as a birthday present. I didn't expect that.
That is by the point. That's by the side. That if you have become a laird, you could have said no, thank you. I'm going to email back and say, no, I'm sorry, I can't be a laird. Because if I become a laird, I'm in the fucking targeting sights of the jism. You see, I'm going to get jism all over me.
Than well now.
You know, it's that. I mean, you could be on the phone to the laird company and say, I'm sorry, but, you know, if I become a laird, I'm going to have jism all over me. You know, I'm going to have jism coming at me from all...
What's your lairdship, sir? You can take it fucking back.
I'm going to have jism coming at me from all sides. You know, there'll be jism to the left of me, jism to the right. Here I am, in the middle with you. You know, it's just jism.
Stramash of jism.
Yes. You've set the crosshairs
we've
now
got two options here,
firmly
Scott.
in your head.
I see two options.
Right.
One, we join forces and we have more land.
But then...
Two, we go to war.
Right.
But if you join forces, who's in charge? You're both lairds.
I am just...
I know.
You could get it Monday,
I
Tuesday,
know who's in
Wednesday.
charge.
I'll have it at weekends. I don't know.
I'm
like
in
a
charge.
sort of divorced
Fuck the both of you. There's a
kids,
warrant.
I'm somewhat mad. I'm somewhat mad and a little bit, disappointed. But anyway, where was I going with this? So yeah, podcasting. It's sad to see the loss of the Ned Files. I'm kind of hoping that they're gonna relaunch again and maybe get past whatever differences they have behind the scenes. But we might see them again shortly. Now, one last thing before we cut off this excess show is I need to pull you up about something.
Oh, here we go.
And again, this chat here will not appeal to all of our listeners because, it is kind of gaming centric.
I wonder where this is going.
Well, I mean, Tattie, you claim that you work as a Johnny in a public lavies, and you get paid, far too much for scrubbing lavies in a public toilet. You see, and that annoys me, and because you seem to buy every new release of game that has ever been released for the Xbox One, and then you'll play said game for maybe 2-3 hours, and it gets ditched in a drawer and forgotten.
Not always.
How many games have you bought that have barely been at the polythene and they've been played and put back in a drawer again? A few. Now, that's fine. I don't mind. I mean, I'm bad at it too. I've got a fucking Steam collection that would fear you, and I've barely played half the bastards. But this is what worries me about you, is that you've gone away. Now, I saw you online today playing the Xbox One, and I thought, I'll maybe have a quick nosy and see what he's playing, because there's certain games that if you're playing it, I can jump in with you and we can play together as friends.
But you can jump in this game, Scott.
Well, I can do. And briefly, I was tempted because I thought, that game that he's playing right there looks like it could be kind of mundane fun. And I thought, but there's no way a game's going to cost more than, say, £12-13, because let's face it, it's quite a bare bones kind of minimal game.
So I thought, you go too much further, there's a Lamborghini version of this game.
There's a Lamborghini version.
Motherfucker, yes there is.
What the fuck is a Lamborghini version? Okay, well, before you tell me, I'll tell you the name of the game. It's Farming Simulator 15, right? 2015.
That's amazing.
Farming fucking Simulator. Now I can fully appreciate how much fun it is with certain games, like mundane games. I, for one, quite frequently play Euro Truck Simulator, where I'll just go in a truck, take a load, and drive it from Aberdeen to fucking London, you know?
Fun though, because you can select to be a Polish person, you can stop, you can rape people on the way, you can kill people.
No, you can't.
That's
Tattie,
realistic.
So Tattie, you bought this game and started twitching it so you could watch it, and essentially you were driving back and forth over a field, ploughing and picking up wheat. Back and forth, there was no music, it was just a noise of a tractor.
I've got tatties now.
Going back and forth. So I thought, you know what, this might be only about maybe £15. It looks quite kind of shitty and kind of cheap. I'll buy it too and jump in with my pal and have a wee game, maybe driving a combine or a tractor, whatever it be, for a bit of banter. I go to the Xbox store and discover that for Farming Simulator 15, £40. £40. Tattie,
40.
You paid £40 to drive a virtual combine when, I shit you not, you could probably leave the house right now, go to Sandy's house. There's a field behind there. You could probably get a job. He could probably get you a job driving a fucking combine. A real combine where you'd earn money, but you're driving a fucking a digital tractor and spreading oats over a field, What kind of fucking... And you admittedly bought it last night and spent about 5 hours before you realised, shit, it's 3 a.m, I better go to bed.
It's awesome. It's awesome. If you're into that sort of thing, go and buy it.
What, if you're into fucking tractors?
Yes.
Since when have you been into tractors?
I'm into all sorts of machinery.
Since 10 o'clock last night.
Since when do public lavvy janitors have a fucking fetish for combine harvesters?
That's the street.
I'm going to be a farmer one day, Scott.
A farmer Monday. But the thing is, though, is
then
what
the
in
job
your brain?
that I could probably get you would be of much more benefit than playing on a fucking computer.
Well, I mean,
It's
what
practice. It's training.
what in your brain says to you, I'm going to spend £40 to go up into the field with a fucking plough. And also bear in mind, while we were slagging you off, encouraging you today on the Xbox public chat thing we have, the group chat we had on live, while we were giving you encouraging statements, your good lady, the lovely Amy, was sitting behind you on the bed, being completely ignored. She then Snapchatted me and Sandy with her poor sad face, saying, "Here's me on the bed, fucking rearing to go." Yeah. And that fucking foul, horrible bastard is too busy playing with his virtual tractor set to come and give me a damn good seeing to.
No reply. There you go.
She knows what's in her bread's buttered on. She knows. Yes, I'll get to it at some point. I'll get to it at some point in the day.
You'll get to it at some point.
I was busy tending my coos and my sheeps and my fields.
Anthony, you're just lucky it's not like Minecraft and that could
priorities. Horrible bastard. I spent ages catching coos, and Santa comes in and kills a whole fucking lot of them.
I'm sorry, but I think we're getting off track here. Is that we're still beating the drum here about you paying £40 for a farming game.
You can spend £40 on worse.
No, I have to stick out, for Amy here, for the lovely lady in your life.
Lovely girl. Right.
Beautiful young lady, chabalicious,
and do you
lying
notice,
on your bed.
Do you notice, Sandy, that whenever Tattie's in the show, that, you or I would say, shout out at the end to, "Oh, lovely Amy," but he never yet has said, "Oh, by the way, shout out to my lovely lady, Amy. See you soon, honey, love you." Never a shout out.
Never.
I'm not trying to cause problems here, Ty. I'm not. And I'm not saying that Sandy's a far better man for her. I'm not saying that. But come on, pal. A bit of respect.
Let's just say if that lassie was lying on my bed, it's not a virtual fucking field that they play with.
You get close to the bed, Sandy, it'll go off like a pocket hand grenade.
That's okay. I can. Once it's gone off, I can start all over again.
Oh dear, the Rubes just messaged me saying I never get a shout out. Love you. I could be in trouble. Right.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
See, this is what happens though. This is what happens on Xbox Live. He'll be on Xbox playing a bit of game, and then all of a sudden he'll get a message, and that'll be him saying, "Right, fatty, get to bed now."
Yeah, that's right.
And then he goes, "Oh, boys, wise up. I've got to go. I've got stuff to do. I've got work. Aye."
My big sausage fucking thumbs are not working anymore. I better go.
That's unbelievable. I just you guys make me sick with this nonsense.
No, not at all. We'll hear a creak of a door opening, your mic will mute, and then it'll come back, and you'll be sobbing, and you'll say, "Oh, sorry guys, I'm busy. Gotta go."
Speaking of going, I think it's time to wrap up this XS show.
You never mentioned your book, Scott. I'm surprised.
I know. Can I?
Oh, the book, yes. Well, actually, good point. I haven't mentioned that. Because thank you for reminding me. For those of you who've been tuning in for a while, the last 4 years, I've said sporadically and been slagged off sporadically for this book that I've been writing, and it's finally finished. But I'm still going through the editing process. But the book's finished, and I'm going to be having copies sent out to some test readers shortly to see what they think. I might include you, pair of bastards, if you fancy it.
Yeah.
I'll learn to read that shit.
Hi, my name is Scott. I as a bouncer. Is that how it goes, Scott? No.
Oh yeah, you fucking horrible prick.
Bunch of man for nothing.
Is the plan? The plan is when I go to publish it, I'm going to publish it through Amazon. I'm going to release it as an ebook and hopefully as a physical hard copy as well. It's called Knuckle Dragger.
Has it got pictures in it?
No, it's not. No, but what?
Sandy, you're fucked.
You're fucked, Sandy.
The dots.
There's no colouring either.
Colouring areas.
The premise being is it's a collection of stories from around my kind of door years, bouncing years, but. But the thing is, a lot of books you see on the shelves are about how hard people are, how nails they are. Hard? Fucking super hard! Is that they're all, maniac hard as fuck. This is more about some of the nonsense that's happened, some of the stupid, funny things that have gone on during my life with the Doors and friends, things that have happened to pals of mine and such not. So it could be fun. But what I'm going to do is hopefully in the next week, I'm going to finish the last round of editing. I'm going to have Kindle copies then sent out to some select readers, some people who might know better than me.
That could be a prize for a first person to date Sandy.
Oh, it could be, yes. A free copy of Knuckle Dragger.
Yeah, it's
well, I mean,
you're supposed to be promoting your book, not fucking trying to do it.
I mean, when the book comes out, I'm going to be giving away copies as, prizes in the show and stuff, and hard copies and e-book copies and stuff as well. But
up your numbers a bit.
Well, hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, that's the plans, though. So the book is coming out shortly. Again, I still have to figure out the whole tax thing for selling on Amazon and stuff. And so again, if you're out there, I know your shit, give me a shout. I could use some help. But yes, that's the plan. Guys, I think that's what we can call a day. We'll get a bit of He-Man singing in the background here. Before we go,
He-Man had a stroke.
Sandy, is there anybody you want to say hello to?
Yes. I'll say hello to Ray. He's a big fan of the show.
Right.
Hello, Gareth. And of course to my lovely imaginary lady, what was her name again? Shaniqua. Sorry, Shaniqua. Yeah. Love you, baby.
Love you, Shaniqua. And I believe, of course, the lovely Amy, of course. We'll say hello, goodbye to her.
Of course, I'll give a shout out to the lovely Amy because Tattie won't, because he's a fucking horrible bastard. Amy, I love you.
What about yourself, potato panpipes, you fuck of a boy?
No one.
No one. Okay, no wonderful. One. Wonderful.
No, I better shout out to my lovely girlfriend, Amy.
I, of course, will be shouting out to the Rubes because she's the best. And
yes.
Of course, to lovely Amy.
He's in trouble. He's in trouble. He's trying to take his way out there right now.
Folks, thank you for tuning in to tonight's DHB XS show, kind of update show what's going on as well. 200 will be coming very shortly. Once we get everyone together, it shouldn't be a big problem, but leave it with me. We'll get it to you shortly. On that note, good night, God bless, and enjoy some more He-Man singing What's Going On.
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is this? He-Man singing What's Going On?
And he prays.
A Skeletor.
Another He-Man.
You've been very helpful.
Lift up the neck.
Scott Tiger's
ready?
Stupid ginger.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. I said, hey. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Toodaloo, folks. Been emotional.